But here's the twist. While his culture was rejecting what it saw as weakness, Akutagawa himself was drawn in. He was fascinated by the religion's most violent, most bloody scenes. He actually found a strange kind of beauty in it.
And this is absolutely crucial. Akutagawa didn't care about the theology, the miracles, or the lessons. He was captivated by what the source calls the beacon of blood and sacrifice. This obsession completely floods his kirishitan, his Christian tales, which are almost entirely about the brutal physical spectacle of martyrdom.
I mean, just listen to this example from one of his stories. A Christian servant is being crucified, but Akutagawa zooms in on the horrific detail of his stomach being skewered with bamboo lances. It's graphic, it's visceral, and it's all about the physical act of suffering.
And then you get this moment which is just so weird and so uniquely Akutagawa. A Christian noblewoman is seconds away from being decapitated. And as she looks at the young samurai who's about to kill her, she blushes. It's this bizarre, almost poetic mix of extreme violence with a delicate, fragile human moment.
So, how do we make sense of this? On one hand, you've got this cultural disgust with Christ's perceived weakness. On the other, Akutagawa's very personal obsession with Christian gore. Well, the answer comes from a wild reimagining of the crucifixion itself, seeing it through a totally different cultural lens. Okay, first we have to understand seppuku. This was not just suicide, it was a formal, sacred ritual. For a samurai, it was the ultimate way to die with honor, to prove their complete sincerity and control, even at the moment of death. It was an act of incredible strength, not weakness. And absolutely essential to this ritual was the kaishaku. This was a trusted friend, or second, whose job it was to deliver a final, merciful cut with a sword to end the suffering. This wasn't a dishonor, it was a necessary act that completed the ritual with honor. And this is the brilliant, disturbing leap Akutagawa made. Through this lens, the crucifixion is no longer a humiliating public execution, it's a grand cosmic seppuku. Jesus on the cross isn't a victim being killed, he is actively performing the ritual. And the Roman soldier, Longinus, who pierces his side with a spear, he's not the enemy executioner, he is the kaishaku, delivering the final, honorable blow. The source just lays it out perfectly. In Akutagawa's vision, Jesus isn't a passive victim anymore. He committed suicide by crucifixion, and God the Father becomes this honorable samurai lord who is pleased to second his son, using the spear of Longinus as his chosen blade. All the shame, all the weakness, it just vanishes, and it's replaced by honor, control, and this intense, almost unbearable sincerity.
And that's what we're left with. The truly provocative power of Akutagawa's vision. It forces us to ask a pretty shocking question. If you dare to look through the eyes of a completely different culture, could the world's most famous story of salvation also be the story of a God who chose to die like a samurai?